What up, world? You already know what time it is. Your boy Mac Mr. the host with the most. Never need to brag no more. So all we ever do was give a toast to the real folks who done paved the way in the real way for us players to play. I parlay this game for y'all today. Give it to you straight, raw, and uncut from the hip. You know what I'm saying? You're shooting from the hip right now. You straight shooters. Shout out to Kanye West doing this stuff bizzle out there, you know what I'm saying? Letting these conglomerate corporations know, hey man, back the F up. Because we run this media space now. We come independently, coming hard, and we coming with the game. I'll show y'all how we break it down real quick, real slick with it. Kanye goes in an Adidas playing games with his brand. Now, y'all remember when Dame was talking about the bigger company, Def Jam, when they were doing a little slick shit, you know what I'm saying? Like putting Def Jam jackets on Rockefeller artists while they're on tour and doing a little, you know what I'm saying? Putting their name on a little flag, you know, certain shit that they're doing that was branding, and they weren't really messing with the company Rockefeller, you know what I'm saying, like they were doing. They're pretty much branding their stuff. What if partner they have 50-50 with, you know, so it's like they weren't really showing the right numbers at the table and whatnot, but you could see that there was something there where Def Jam was trying to undermine Rockefeller, you know. So Dame I give him kudos for that, you know what I'm saying? Because he did call that out years ago. And now, fast forward, Kanye West is dealing with a big corporation, and he has to deal with all that right now as well, you know. So when you deal with these corporations, they try to, you know, throw you under the bus. You're trying to act like you don't know what you know, you know what I'm saying? All this extra. But let me show you what Kanye did. Kanye said, nah, bro. Y'all ain't gonna be dealing with me like that. They put them on blast straight up. And it's kind of messed up there was no social media back then, because I'm sure Dame would have put Def Jam on blast. You know what I'm saying? But let's see what Kanye's talking about. And also, my hearts and prayers goes out to all the victims of the California wildfires. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later on in the show. Let's check this out.
A long message, and in that message, he pretty much, talking about on their head top. So Kanye West took to Instagram and said, when you Google Yeezy.com, the Adidas site come up. Okay, let me just first say that's absolutely insane. No matter if Kanye West did have Yeezys, particularly they were with Adidas at first, it's still absolutely insane when you type in his company's name and it brings up Adidas website. That is insane, and that's not, that's some trickery that's definitely going on. But anyways, he continues and he says, when you Google Yeezy.com, the Adidas site comes before the Yeezy site. Members at Adidas, stop doing this. Stop doing your moves to hold me back. Our partnership is done. You're a $60 billion company that froze my accounts. Now I'm back on my feet, no pun intended. And I'm not going to stand for this, no pun again. I did phenomenal work for you guys. And because I stood up for myself, y'all tried to intimidate and oppress me. Everyone remembers I had major issues with Adidas because of the design depth oppression before the tweet. Side note, y'all, when he say before the tweet, he mean that. Side note, y'all know Jerry was corny and disloyal for doing work with Adidas. After the way they handled things, I still showed up to his show. That was a copy of my Hollywood show, being the so-called bigger man. But I'm never doing that again for no one. It's Yeezy over every more than they would get paid anywhere else by Yes Man and be happy for we're working towards. Now they banished no more hugs, Yeezy over everything. I'm not here as a platform for anyone else. I'm here to dominate as I always have. The Yeezy $20 price is burning the game to the ground, leaving only Yeezys left. Everyone knows the cost in luxurious fashion are way marked up. I should have never ever wore those product glasses. The Yeezy.com site made $100 million last year, and that was with only being up for 6 months. I took the site down for 6 months to get control over my Shopify accounts. People wanted to make me believe that I couldn't do this on my own. We sold over 1 million pairs of pods, and I've been working on 10 other style for the past 2 years. It's Yeezy for the people. Everything else was in a way. If there are grammatical errors, as always, rewrite in the comments and I will update. Thank you. So check this out. Kanye West is pretty much just coming out letting y'all know that he ain't playing no games with none of these huge billion-dollar corporation companies. Is Yeezy over everything. You know what I'm talking about? He don't need a Adidas to make him successful. He doesn't need a Nike to make him successful. Even though he may partner up with those companies, he just letting y'all know that, hey man, listen, y'all know that BS I was going through with combat that other than get with some super nerd geek people that understands the internet and SEO and stuff like that. And which, when I say nerd and geek, don't take that as a bad thing, because you definitely need some of those people on your team in order to help you elevate, because they're typically.
So they're mad. Let me get this straight. They're mad at your boy for speaking the truth and calling out the racist establishment. You know what I'm saying? Asking who's the head of these corporations that are doing all this bullshit. And then they call him an anti-Semite, took all his money from him. Now, on top of that, they want him to still make money off of him after the partnership dissolved. Y'all know that's a bullshit, right? Y'all know that they doing my boy dirty. You know what I'm saying? Taxation without representation. That's exactly what that is. So they're doing bold moves to undermine him, right? How do you think that's going to fare well with the people? People are still going to support Adidas after this. I don't know why. It's very weird to me. Company that had its hand in the Holocaust. The owner. So it's ironic that they called anti S word, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
The ones that understand how to do a lot of the whether it be SEO or whatever it could be. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that particular stuff may be something that Yeezy has to increase on his Yeezy team to get that done. Right now, do I think they're gonna forever try to play off of him because Yeezy was such a big success for Adidas? Yes, of course. Why wouldn't they do that? You know, I'm talking about if they especially. They said that they had a bunch of Yeezy shoes left over, and when you got Yeezy shoes left over, you want people to buy them. So you want to try to get as many people to the site as possible to buy the rest of those Yeezys. But that's pretty much what's going on right now. Like I said, it ain't too much going on inside of hip hop. But Kanye West came back and definitely had to, every time he come back with some beef for somebody. I'm talking about whether it be Yeezy, whether it be somebody else as well. And it does look like this go around. It definitely was for Yeezy. Now, of course, a video was made previously, and it was like a message from Drake that he had sent to some guy that I guess was a rat or a snitch or something like that. And it is looking like Drake himself came out and I believe told academics that was not a real message from him. He's claiming that this guy here, who is a snitch or rat, he actually made that up because he got called a rat. Now, of course, some people believe in it. A lot of people are not believing it. Some people are saying, no, that's real. But of course, you do have people that say, nah, I do believe what Drake is saying. It says team academics can confirm that this is an artificially generated fake DM. Drake called Buddy a rat. He got mad and made up some fake DMs to try to make blogs go viral. And a story soars the boy. So like Drake's literally saying he said this to academics. Now, if y'all remember that message from earlier that I actually showed y'all, which was a message going at Universal Music Group, also exposing that LeBron James allegedly cheated on his wife. And of course, he got backlash from that. Drake got backlash from that. And that's why people are saying that was potentially real, but he's just coming out because of the backlash. But also, hey, man, listen, do we have a reason not to believe Drake when he said that's a fake DM? Not really. I do understand it, and I see the OVO team as super calculated, but also it could have been a case where they was like, hey, release this, and then I'll come back and do this based off that, just to get that information about LeBron out. Well, who knows, bro? Honestly, this is the hip-hop industry. A lot of states say sugar look like salt and can't believe everything with your eyes, but I do want to be responsible media personality, and come let y'all know that Drake definitely did say that was false, right? He didn't make that message. That guy who's allegedly a rat is the one that actually made that message, right? Now, there are some other DMs of those two. Let me see if I can actually find. Anyways, actually, what I'm going to do, like I said, I think more details actually coming out about that story. I'm going to collect more of the data together. And when I get the rest of the data, then I'm going to actually get it out to y'all. So I am going to end the video here. And like I say, from there, I'm going to get more details about it. And then we can come back together and do more. But how do y'all feel about Kanye West, bro? Typically, when artists go against these big brands like a Kanye West is doing, they end up dead. Kanye West came out and exposed a whole lot of stuff. You know, somebody said I think he did say he sacrificed his mom. A whole lot of trickery be going on inside of Hollywood, sacrifice, all type of stuff like that. But spoken, but I don't think he was as outspoken as the story goes and ends for Kanye West. Actually, in ways also with the Drake details and stuff like that. I'll be giving some updates on that as well. But Drake did say that was false. Let me know some comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal.
Yeah, man. So Adidas, there should be some type of law against what Adidas is doing, Well, I guess not, because they're a $36 billion corporation. And because of Yeezy now. And they only want to give Yeezy 6 out of 36. I don't know. Is that good math? I guess. And since he got back on his feet, now they're hating on him. You see how that goes? You see how that shit goes? I'm just trying to figure out why they're saying a bigger story, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was outraged when they call them anti-Semite. When they do little underhanded shit like this, no one bats an eye, but like, he ain't got to fend for himself, right? Nah, bro. That don't work like that. I ain't buying nothing else from Adidas. I haven't bought anything for a long time anyway, but It ain't looking right. From it ain't looking right. Ain't the right look. So the thing is, Adidas better pay Kanye what he's owed, man. Because it doesn't make any sense. You cut ties with him 2 years ago. And up to this day, y'all still putting up your website with his name. I thought y'all didn't want to be associated with his name at all. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense to me. You know? You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense to me. So until I see more bloggers blogging about this, I'm just gonna chalk it up as systematic racism. I mean, that's basically all you could say. The California wildfires is crazy. Still raging to this day. Our prayers go out to everybody that lost their homes. It's a new start. But y'all Californians are resilient, so y'all will get over it. It's crazy. Even JJ Redick, coach for my LA Lakers, man, he got his house burned to the ground. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole town that's gone out there, man. When I was saying the wind forecast is starting to expand the wildfire. So as we check this out hour by hour, we gotta know that these things are not just coinky dink, you know? In the air. And that's not a joke.
But nothing like this. The whole town is gone as we knew it. This is the Palisades Public Library. It's still on fire. I brought my kids here. This was like the pride of the community when this thing was built. The weight of it all, I think, is very, very intense to think about.
In my 26 years, this could be one of the top, most devastating fires I've seen.
What happens in a situation like this where the high school's destroyed? You got churches destroyed. You got the 2 supermarkets in the community destroyed. How do you come back from something like this?
You come back one day at a time.
To me, Sunset Boulevard is the heart of my community. There's not a single house left standing here. What do you do? What do they do? There's just never, ever, ever been anything like this.
I mean, I know my house is gone, but I kind of just need to see it firsthand to just let it set in. I just can't believe it.
I thought I was going to wake up this morning and it's going to be a bad dream.
This is the first time that I've seen the house that I grew up in, and I don't really know what to say. Mom, look at this.
Is that Frontera?
Yeah.
Your birth house?
Yep.
Oh, I'm so sad. Every one of you guys was born in that house.
I know, it makes me sad too. This was a really, really special place for the Sobrow family. And I'm very sorry to see it go. And I'm very sorry for all of the residents of Pacific Palisades and everyone across the greater LA area that's going through this right now. I look around the town, the neighborhood, the place that I grew up in. I talk to my friends who I spend so much time with on these streets, and it's hard to imagine what comes next and what happens next.
So they're just saying like, yo, they don't know what they're gonna do. We gotta rebuild one day at a time. It's crazy. Look, everything's decimated. Everything. What are we gonna do about that? There's not much we can do, right? We'll try to help as best as we can. I'm sure people are gonna go out there and volunteer and help though. I know more fires pop off all around Los Angeles. And this is what Trump had to say about it. Because you know Trump had to make a well, it seems like a while back Trump warned Governor Newsom about the fires, and he didn't listen. Well, let's check it out.
The mayor of Los Angeles is in Ghana as her city. I'm sure he's.
We're all on the same path. We do have to do management, maintenance, and we'll be working also with environmental groups. They've really, I think everybody's seen the light. And I don't think we'll have this again to this extent. We're going to have to work quickly. We've got to take care of the floors, the floors of the forests, very important. You look at other countries where they do it differently, and it's a whole different story. I was with the president of Finland, and he said, we have a much different, we're a forest nation. He called it a forest nation. And they spend a lot of time on raking and cleaning and doing things, and they don't have any problem. And when it is, it's a very small problem. We have the management factory that I know Jerry's really been up on and very well. And Gavin is we're going to be looking at it together. And right now that seems to be a very big problem. And we're going to get that problem solved. In the farm bill, we're putting quite a bit of money into this, and we're going to have safe forests.
Trump later tweeted the following: the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, has done a terrible job of forest management. I told him from the first day we met that he must clean his forest floors, regardless of what his bosses fire stoppers. Every year as the fires rage for money help. No more. Get your act together, Governor. You don't see close to the level of burn in other states. In 2024, Trump talked about this issue with Joe Rogan.
Your forests are dry as a bone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dangerous.
Billions of dollars a year they spend on forest fires. And there's a case with the environment. They're not allowed to rake their forests because you're not allowed to touch it. When a tree falls down, after 18 months, it becomes very dry. It's like, like real firewood. It's bad. When they fall,
Right.
they're like, it's like lighting a match.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to clean it. They call it maintain your forest. So I was
Yeah.
with the head of Austria. He said, it's a shame. I see all those forest fires in California, and all they have to do is clean their forest, meaning rake it up, get rid of the leaves, get rid of, leaves that are sitting there for 5 years. And
we'll certainly get rid of the deadfall. I don't think you could rake the whole forest.
Well, you could,
I think you can get rid of the deadfall, but raking all the leaves.
You could certainly get rid of the dead. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the real issue.
Environmentally, they don't want to do that. They said, it's got to be nature and all this stuff.
The guy that Los Angeles voted not to be mayor, who was defeated by the current mayor in Ghana, explained that the problems go even deeper.
Our first responders and our firefighters who are trying to battle this, there's no water in the Palisades. There's no water coming out of the fire hydrants. This is an absolute mismanagement by the city. It's not the firefighters' fault, but it's by the city. And I'm going to be very honest. We've got a mayor that's out of the country, and we've got a city that's burning, and there's no resources to put out fires. So if you look at your pictures, you don't see the firefighters there because there's nothing they can do. And it looks like we're in a third world country here. The brush up in these hills that are controlled by the city and the county haven't been handled, mitigated, pruned, removed for probably 30 or 40 years. This was a disaster waiting to happen.
I have a pretty good guess as to what politicians will point their fingers to for these fires, though. Let's see what they said in 2020.
There is something so fundamental that also cannot be denied, and that is climate change. If you do not believe in science, I hope you believe in observed evidence. The debate is over around climate change. Just come to the state of California. Observe it with your own eyes. It's not an intellectual debate. It's not even debatable.
Climate change. And those who do not believe it do so at their own peril.
Mother Earth is angry. She's telling us, whether she's telling us with hurricanes on the Gulf Coast, fires in the West, whatever it is, that the climate crisis is real and has an impact.
The president has blamed the American West and California in particular for its own wildfires, saying that really they should sweep the forests. Literally, his idea is A, that climate change is a hoax. This is all a hoax. And B, the only places that get wildfires are places that deserve it, because they don't do a good enough job sweeping the ground in the forest, like with brooms.
I mean, in hindsight, was he wrong? Let's be honest. In hindsight, was he wrong? Y'all tell me, man. Right? Like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. It's your boy, man, Mizzle. You know my slogan. Actually, tune in tonight, man. Same Mac time, same Mac channel. I'm out. You dig? Peace.